Welcome back everybody, and welcome back to the FBA Capital Trading Channel. I am Andre Diaz, and today I want to talk to you guys about a very important topic. This is one of the things that I think is the number one reason why majority of traders fail in trading. But to generalize it, I also think this is another major reason for why people in general, people that work in businesses, people that have jobs, anything, I think this is the main thing keeping you from achieving that level of success that you want to see, or keeping you from getting to that next level that you're trying to reach. So this is all going to come down to you not being able to handle losses. Now, as humans, we don't like taking losses. We never like taking losses, even back in the caveman days, back when we were monkeys. We just don't like taking losses. We have the fear of loss, whether that's money, whether that's family, whether that's something that you have a emotional attachment to. We are afraid of losing it. So when we are dealt with things such as losing trades, losing money, losing family, losing business, just in any environment or situation where you are losing something, a lot of the times as humans, we aren't going to be aware enough to have that self-control to be able to handle and manage our emotions. Majority of people have zero self-control. Majority of people don't know how to control their emotions because they don't even know why they have them in the first place. They don't know the cause. Everything has a reason. If you feel a type of way, there is a reason for it. You just have to find the reason, and you have to have a plan to be able to attack it, fix it. Simple. As men, we have to be problem solvers. If there's a problem, we have to figure out a way to solve it. It may take a couple weeks, it may take a couple days, it may take a couple hours, but we have to figure out a solution. And that just comes with trying new things and actually going for it. And one of the things that comes with it is taking losses. In order to figure out what you're bad in, to figure out your strengths and weaknesses, you're going to have to take many losses. How do you know what you're good in? How do you know what you're bad in? How do you know what you suck in until you lose? How do you even know you're good at it? Just because if you win at something every time, how are you going to know where you need to be putting that extra time into? How are you going to know what you need to be putting that more effort in to be able to make sure that you are 100% better tomorrow? You don't know none of those things until you actually get the experience, until you go through these things. And when it comes to trading, nobody wants to take losses. Nobody wants to lose trades because it hurts. Every time you take a loss, it's like a knife in the heart, basically killing you. It makes you think that you aren't shit. It makes you have that delusion that you don't know what you're doing. You can win 100 trades in a row, but that one trade that you take an L on is going to feel like a knife in the heart. I don't know why. We just don't like losing. We just don't like the feeling. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I don't like losing. You don't like losing. Nobody likes losing, especially money. But we have to learn how to manage ourselves, how to control how we react to losing. That's the main thing. We're always going to feel some type of way when we lose something, whether it's money, a trade, business, friends, family. It's all about how we react to it. So I'm going to talk to you guys about what I have personally been able to do to help myself from losing, to be able to prevent myself from shooting myself in the foot, to be able to prevent myself from self-sabotaging myself. I've only learned this from experience. Nobody told me this. I've had to learn what I'm personally good in and what I'm personally bad in, where I need help, where I'm strong, where I'm weak, and that just comes with experience. I've been trading for 4 years. I've taken many losses. I've lost over $100,000 in the past 2 years, and I'm only 21 years old. Trust me, I've lost a lot. I've lost friends, I've lost money, I've lost trades, many trades. I've lost a lot, and I've learned a lot from those losses, and I want you guys to be able to learn from them so that when you take your losses, you'll know how to react to them, and you'll know what to do to put yourself in a better position so that if they do keep happening, you won't be afraid and you'll know what to do next. Main thing that I do when it comes to handling losses, when it comes to trading, so taking a loss on a trade, losing a trade, and just being wrong, you have to have systems in place that prevent you from over trading. You have to have systems in place that keep you from over risking, because at the end of the day, trading is just a numbers game. You have to make sure that all your losses are a specific number or less. Vice versa, for all your wins, you have to make sure that all of your wins are a specific number or more. There has to be a minimum for each, and you have to make sure that minimum is at least 2 to 3 times bigger than every single individual loss. So if you have an average loss of $100, you need to have an average win of $200 to $300, and that's just understanding good risk management. This isn't a video about good risk management, but that is just a little tip that I'm going to give you guys. If you make sure that all of your trades are 2 to 3 times bigger than every individual loss, you're more than likely going to make money over the long term. It may not be this week, may not be next month, but over the span of 6 months to 12 months, you're more than likely going to make money if you have a good risk management plan that follows those simple rules it just keeps you from losing more than winning. You also have to have things such as rules in place so that you have a maximum amount of losses that you're allowed to take. So for me, for example, going into every single week, I have a maximum amount of trades I'm allowed to take, and I have a maximum amount of losses I'm allowed to take. If I go into this week, today is Saturday, when the market opens Sunday and I go to take my trades on Monday, if I lose Monday and then I lose Tuesday, I'm not trading Wednesday. Simple. Vice versa, if I win Monday and then I win Tuesday, I'm not going to trade Wednesday. Why? Because I have risk management plans in place to keep me from self-sabotaging, to keep me from getting too greedy, to keep me from going on tilt when I take too many losses. It prevents me from doing things that I know I'm personally going to do that's going to fuck me over, that I know I'm personally done before, so I don't want to do it again. It always comes back to understanding yourself. It always comes back to putting in the time and effort and getting that experience so that you can figure out for yourself where you're strong and where you're weak. I say this a lot. I say it so fucking much, but you guys don't understand how important it is. I wish somebody would have told me that all I had to do to be successful was just learn from every single one of my losses. Every single one. Losses are only what you perceive them as. If you perceive a loss as a lesson, if you perceive a loss as a way that you can learn more so that you don't have to keep taking those losses, you're going to be excited to take losses. You're going to be ready to take a loss because you're going to be wondering, okay, where do I need to improve? If I took a loss, I'm obviously not as best as I can be. So where can I find improvement? And once you start looking at losses that way, your psychology shift is going to be amazing. So when you start going into trades, every time you take a loss, you're just going to say it's a part of the game. You understand you're going to make money long term. You are okay with it. Why? Because you understand your risk management plan. You understand your probabilities. You understand yourself. And you understand it's just part of the game. Simple. Losses are a part of the game. We are guaranteed going to take losses. The only thing guaranteed in life is that you are guaranteed going to die. And that may seem a little bit harsh, but it's true. We're not guaranteed to live forever. Same thing goes into trading. You're guaranteed going to lose money, but you can manage how much you actually lose. That's the main thing. We're going to lose money, but you can control how much you lose. You can control that. And once you realize that, you start understanding you need to be disciplined. You just need to follow the plan. You have a system, you have a strategy that works. Are you going to work? Are you going to allow your strategy to do what it's supposed to? If you tell yourself you lost the last 2 days, are you not going to trade that third day like you told yourself? Those are all the things that make you a successful trader. But it all stems back to that understanding losses, understanding that is going to happen, understanding that you need to learn what makes you go on tilt, what makes you stop following your rules, what makes you undisciplined. Everyone's different. Me personally, an example I could give you guys, something that causes me to go on tilt over trade or over risk is when I have, say I have a trade that goes to TP2 or TP3 and then it comes all the way back down and hits my break even. Me personally, I've learned after having hundreds of trades where that happens, that after something like that happens, I'm more likely to try to get into a trade to try to make that back, or I'm likely to overtrade to keep trying to make that same trade idea play out. That's something that I've personally learned that I do. Something for you may be, every time you take a loss, you want to make the loss back, so you take another trade. And then you take another loss, you take another trade. You take another loss, you take another trade. So you don't know how to handle loss. You're scared that every time you take a loss, you won't be able to make another trade to make it back. It comes down to confidence a lot of the time. A lot of the times, most people don't believe in themselves enough to understand that they will catch another trade. Most people think once they start losing, they're never going to win a trade again. And they start trying to over risk. They start trying to overtrade to make back that money so they could just kind of be okay with themselves mentally. But in reality, losses are 100% fine as long as you know you're going to continue to win. If you let one individual loss get you, then you personally don't believe you're going to even win another trade. Because if you understand that you have a 70 to 80% win rate, you know that there's a 10 to 20, 30% chance that you are going to lose. So if you let those 10 to 20% trades basically blow you over, it was for nothing because you were going to win those trades regardless. It just got to your head. I'm telling you guys, the weight of one loss is probably the weight of 100 wins. That's the equivalent of it. It's crazy. You could take 100 wins, but winning is easy. Once you take that one loss, you start to go on tilt. You start to have that self-doubt. You start to lose confidence in yourself. Losing is hard on humans. You have to learn what is going to be the best way to handle them. And I may not be able to give you the perfect advice for you specifically because I don't know you. I don't know what your good traits are. I don't know what your good, bad habits are. I don't know what your past life has been. I don't know what your childhood. There's a whole bunch of things that make you who you are as a person. And this video is me telling you about what I've been through, how I've been able to overcome it, this is the advice I would give them for trying to overcome losses, dealing with losses in trading. Because I'm telling you, anybody that has been trading for over a year, you understand losses are going to happen. You're never going to win every trade. It's never going to happen. But the minute you start realizing what you can control is how much you lose, how many trades you're taking, you understand that you can control the losses. And once you control the losses, all you got to do is let the winners run. Simple as that. Most people don't talk about losses. Most influencers are not going to post their losses. Most traders are not going to show you their losses. Most businesses are not going to show you their losses. Why? Because for one, if I told you how much I really lose, you're going to start to have second guesses of, do I even know what I'm talking about? And it's true. It makes sense. And there's a reason why majority of people also don't post losses on Instagram and social medias. From a content creator standpoint, my wins that I post get more views than my losses. So even though I give you guys the losses, even though I post the losses, I'm very transparent. Those are the videos that do the worst, because people don't like to see people losing. They want to see wins. Even though it's part of the game, and if you want to be a trader, you're going to have to go through losses. People don't want to see that, and it's unfortunate because that's what you have to see. But that's just the reality of the world. As humans, we don't like losses. We don't like losing. We just like to feel good. And it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. So once you start to be able to handle yourself and you have that self-awareness to realize that, I think you'll be better off than 90% of the population. So with that being said, appreciate everyone for watching this video. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Make sure you check the links in the description if you want to join the VIP trading network, where we trade live. You guys get our signals live and you get to trade with us live, get that one-on-one experience live. Make sure you check the link in the description. The free trading course that'll teach you everything you need to know to get the basics of trading is also in the description. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for the next vlog coming up, and we're gonna have a good week. Let's have a good one.